If you're a business owner turning over £1 million, but you and your team are too busy, or you're trying to get to £1 million and you're getting leads into your business using online forms, you know how important it is to contact those people as fast as you can. In online business now, the fastest finger first normally wins. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple 3-step AI automation. As soon as someone puts the details onto a form on your website, it will trigger a call and get them to book a 30-minute call with you or a member of your sales team straight away. Imagine what your business would look like if your calendars are full, but you're not working 60, 70, 8 hours a week to fill that calendar yourself. Hi, I'm Phil. I run an AI automation agency. My background is coding automation, and I've been doing this since 2007. And now I help businesses with £1 million turnover get more time back in the business and to continue to scale using AI and automation. So I've got this. So on this side of the screen, I'm gonna put up a form. So this will be an image of the form that I've created and just vibe coded it using a platform using ChatLLM. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit in my details and I'm going to show you what actually happens with the call. So I'll put it in my microphone. So I'm just going to go and do that now. I'm doing it this way because I don't want to show my personal details, my phone number on the internet. So I've just submitted the form. Let's see if you can hear this. There we go. So it's ringing. It's ringing. So let's see, answer.
Hello, may I please speak with Philip Hughes?
Speaking.
Hi, Philip. My name is Paige, calling from PHH Digital. I'd like to book a 30-minute appointment with you. What day works best for you?
Have you got Monday the 3rd of November at 11 a.m.?
I do have 11 a.m. available on Monday, November 3rd. Would you like me to book that 30-minute slot for you?
Yes, please.
Great. I've booked your 30-minute appointment for Monday, November 3rd at 11 a.m. You'll receive a calendar invite shortly. Have a great day.
Thank you. How cool is that? So how did I do that? Well, I used my automation server, which is based on NA10, and I've integrated that with a tool called Bland AI. I'm just going to go and jump over and show you sort of the 3 different things I've implemented to get this up and running. If you want to go and do a deep dive and get all the templates that I've used, if you join my school community, there'll be a link in the description. You'll be able to get access to the templates and walkthrough videos, more in-depth walkthrough videos on how I've implemented it. But yeah, let's jump over and show you what I've actually done. Okay, so just going back to the starting point. So this is something I vibe coded. So I use ChatLM, they've got a deep agent in there. You can use whatever you want, Lovable, V0, Cursor, whatever you want. But basically, you just enter your name. I've got a drop down for phone numbers. So I've just put in some basic, more common ones. So basically US GB, that's what I wanted. You enter your phone number, you click your email, you click submit. And then what had happened, that'd trigger a webhook, a thing called a webhook. So whatever your form builder you're using, as long as you can hit a webhook and pass it data, this should work. So 3-step plan. So the way I did it is I want to do lead ingestion and calling. So what does that actually mean? Well, I want it to put into CRM, record it, or update the CRM that we've got the same contact coming in, and then start the call. Number 2 is going to check my calendar, which is get available slots. So when the AI bot, Bland AI, goes over and tries the call recording, it can talk to a webhook to get the data back to see if there's an available slot. And then finally, call completion and booking, which again, at this point, I've not updated the CRM again, but I'm just using AI tool to actually book the call. So this is the starting point. So number 1, lead ingestion and call handling. So this is what it looks like. We've basically got this webhook that the form will post to. What I do is I just extract the contact information just to make it easier. Name, phone, email. You might have a customer reference in your CRM that you can pass across to Bland AI. Create a little CRM in Notion. I check if the lead exists. So I get a database page for the email address. I think I use the email address. Yeah. Then if we don't have any records, I create a database page. Otherwise, I just update the existing details. I'm not putting anything in there. Then this is basically a HTTP node where I then pass over the information to Bland AI, and then I start the call. And you can do a prompt and everything. I'm going to show you Bland AI in a second. Then we've got this one, which is get available slots. So again, I just get a webhook. In this section, when you request a call, you can tell it the webhook details of the get available slots. And what that'll do, that'll pass across the date that the person has said, like I did, November. It'll get the slots back and it'll return sort of this available slots, and if it's got a status of success. So if it is successful and you've got a slots, this will return the available slots back to Bland AI's call monitoring. Just using sort of a basic chat model. We use Google Calendar at the minute, so it's checking that. Then finally, if the call completion is successful, which is this bit, is the status is completed, and we're able to book a call. Now, Bland AI is cool at this. If someone goes, I don't want to do a call, it won't hit this webhook. But if someone does, it goes, okay, sure, here's the information. And what we get? We get all the customer information again that we've got, the status, but we also get a summary of the call. Then I've just got this AI agent that I'll basically book a 30-minute call using the summary to get the future, messages in the future, extract the start and end date, and then create a booking on this event. So we said 30-minute call on the 3rd of November, 11 a.m. So this is my personal calendar and we're in there. It's got it in. I don't double click it in case it's got all my details in, because I actually tell it to put sort of like the phone number and the summary of the call in there. But all that gets saved inside your calendar. So I think I've done it in this bit. Attendees, the customer phone, and then, the customer phone number, and then the call summary. 30-minute call with PHH Digital, 30-minute call with PHH Digital. So that's how easy it is. Now, why do I split it into three? Well, the separation of concerns. I've seen people that aren't from a software developer experience like me. I've been coding since 2007. And what you want to be able to do is do the CRM processing and processing the lead coming in and starting the call in one thing, because what happens if your CRM changes? The same with the get available slots. What if there's some crazy logic that you want to do that's like, we need a 15-minute buffer between this and a 15-minute buffer between that? It can get very complicated if all this is one agent. And then the same with the call completion. And if you want to do some updates to the CRM in here, having that all in one workflow is going to get really complicated. So you've got separations of concerns here. So that's why I split it into three simple steps. Each one's maintainable. You can monitor each one. So if something goes wrong with it, let's say you've baked it into one workflow, something goes wrong, trying to fault find and fix it would be a nightmare. While with these ones, with the execution, you'd be able to tell if sort of the call ingestion didn't work for whatever reason, or the get available slots. So you've just been able to fault find and fix it a lot easier if you split it into three simple basic steps. So the AI tool I'm using to do the calls is the thing called Bland AI. Now, I've tried a few other ones. I was toying with doing 11 Labs. I come from a development background. I could probably get up and running with 11 Labs. There was another one called Retail. I could probably get up and running with Retail, but Retail was even more complicated than 11 Labs. But what I've found with Bland AI, it's extremely quick to get up and running with talking to an agent. You just hit an API, you give it all the details, and then away you go. So this is inside Bland AI. And all I did was I had to create a phone number, signed up using Twilio. But the thing that I created was this booking appointment. You can just do create persona, did it very quick. And all I did was set up this person called Paige. As you heard on the recording, hi, this is Paige from PHH Digital. She's booking appointments, soft tone, English is preferred language. There's no ambient sounds on. I think you could put that on. I thought switch that on. You select which phone call, which voice call you want to use. You could do behavior, knowledge, but this is what I loved about Bland AI. Once I set this up, there was not much I had to do on here other than set my phone number up. And what you do in the actual call request is you tell the API which voice agent you want to use. So Paige, so I've set Paige up. but then you can give instructions. You're paid your friendly AI assistant calling from PHH Digital, which she says your goal is to book a 30-minute appointment. Start by confirming who you're speaking to. Be warm and polite. When the user suggests a date, you must use the available tools to find open times. Do not suggest times you do not see in the tool. Once the time is confirmed, end the call by saying you will send a calendar invite shortly. And if you go back to the recording, that's what it did. And we've got descriptions of your tool here is use your tool to find available 30-minute slots. You must provide the data. You must provide the data in this format. And there's URL. And then the final webhook is the one where it'll, if it's a successful booking, it'll ping it to that. So literally, that's how easy and straightforward it is to get up and running with an AI tool that will book calls for you. And it's extremely powerful. And I've been tinkering this for a day or two now. And I'm trying to resist putting in telephone numbers on all my forms and going from there. So if you do want help getting up and running with this sort of AI voice agent, there's a link I'll put a link in the description that you can actually book a call with me and we can get discussing and up and run with it. I've got a link to free resources as well. And then I've mentioned, if you are interested in doing a deep dive on how this works, I've got a school community that I will be doing a deep dive and going into depth, going into more detail for each one of these things and sort of showing you how to set it up and what I did to get this completely built. Thanks for watching and I'll speak to you soon.